Now that you have learned what all information Notify Visitors tracks and collects, you may wish to observe the data collection process happen in real time, meaning you may want to test this operation by yourself. Remember, in order to enable the software to track and register data, it has to be connected to your online store. However, if at the moment you haven't already done so, then you can still test the process directly via our developer documentation. In this video, we will illustrate how you can use our dynamic API documents to test the software's data collection functionality in real time. So let's get started. First, log into your Notify Visitors account and navigate to Settings Store Integration. Here, you will notice your account's distinct brand ID. Now click on this downward-facing arrow to reveal your account's unique API key. You will require the API key as well as the brand ID to register users and events via the documentation. For now, copy the brand ID. Next, open a new tab in your browser, head over to docs.notifyvisitors.com and click on API. Now, unwind the user's collapsible and click on the doc titled Upload User Profile to create or update user. Under the heading titled Headers, you will notice 4 input fields. Simply paste the brand ID you had copied earlier within the first field. Now go back to the tab in which you have your Notify Visitors account open. Quickly copy the API key by clicking on this tiny copy button. Head back to the documentation and paste the copied key in the second input field. Ignore the third field and type in the phrase application_JSON in the fourth one. Now it's time to add a new user in the user list. Under the heading body params, you will notice a button titled Add Object. Click on that button. In the first input field that appears, type in the user ID. I will go ahead and type in user23_Emily. Next, click on the button titled User_Attributes Object and fill in the first 7 fields in the illustrated manner. Please note that in order to enable the software to successfully register a user within the user list, you will have to enter at least one of the 3 details, namely user ID, email, and mobile. The document will automatically create a post request based on the details you provide. Now all you need to do is hit the Try It button to make the documentation work its magic. Okay, so I would like to convey an important point before we go check whether the new user, that is Emily Lancelot, got registered within the user list. Once you click on the Try It button, the documentation will display an HTTP response status code pertaining to the post request. The code 200 indicates a successful response, and anything other than that is either an error or a redirection message. In addition to the response code, the documentation will also generate a message briefly describing the cause of the error so that you may rectify the same. In this case, we got the response code 200, which means that the user must have successfully got recorded in the software's database. So let's check. Here you can see that a new user named Emily Lancelot has got registered within the user list. Now let's verify whether the user attributes passed via the documentation have got recorded as well. Yes, they have been saved in the database. However, as of now, no events have been recorded. Let's head back to the documentation to register an event against the user. Unwind the event's collapsible and click on the doc titled Upload Events. Fill in the 4 input fields present under the heading titled Headers as previously illustrated. Now, let's say the hypothetical user, that is Emily, intends to purchase a new monitor for her gaming PC, and so she views one on the Acer's online store. Since Acer is a client of Notify Visitors, if Emily in this scenario were real, then the software would have automatically tracked and registered Emily's action, that is, viewing a desired product online against her user ID. However, since Emily isn't a real user, we will manually register the aforesaid event against her user ID. In order to register the event, simply click on the Add Object button present under the heading titled Body Params, then enter the user ID, which in this case would be user23_Emily, and finally enter an appropriate event name. I would also, in the form of custom attributes, quickly include certain details pertaining to the product such as its name, ID, price, and URL. Please note that you can add as many custom attributes as you like by means of clicking on the Add Field button. Additionally, via this doc, you can even add new users and update information of pre-existing ones. Now all I need to do is hit the Try It button just like I did earlier while adding Emily as a new user. There you go. Once again, we got a successful response. So let's head back to the panel and check whether this new event got registered against Emily. Here you can see that the product viewed event has got associated with Emily Lancelot. Let's check whether the additional details I provided got recorded as well. Yes, they have got recorded. In this manner, you can try adding multiple users and events within your account. You can verify whether the events posted through the documentation are actually getting recorded in your account's database via the events module as well. Okay, that's it for this video. See you in the next one.